Om Gam Ganapatye Namaha. Kaliyugada Kalpataru. Fourth Delight. Shri VyasaRaja YatiSarvabhouma. Chapter 36. The Coronation of Shri Padaraja with Jewels. In Kannada Nadu's capital, after overcoming the calamities that had befallen him, King Narasimha sought to honor the revered Shri Lakshminarayana Muni, who had been instrumental in his salvation. Following deliberations with his trusted ministers, Bhuvanabandhu, Tuluva Narasanika, and Chinnaraja, the king decided with anonymous consent to conduct a ceremonial coronation with jewels, that is Ratnabhisheka, for the Guru as a mark of reverence. King Narasimha and his ministers personally oversaw all the necessary arrangements for the events. The king himself approached Sri Lakshminarayana Muni and conveyed his desire to honor the sage with a Ratnabhisheka, seeking the Guru's consent. Initially, Sri Lakshminarayana Muni declined the proposal. However, moved by the earnest appeal of the king and his ministers, he eventually agreed, stating, Rajendra, you have already honored us by offering land, resources, ornaments and facilities necessary for the service of Lord Hari and his offerings. Though this coronation is not essential, we shall accept it as an offering to Sri Gopinatha Rangavitala to fulfill your heartfelt wish. Are you satisfied now? King Narasimha and his ministers are overjoyed to receive the Guru's blessings. Expressing their gratitude, they returned to the palace to finalize the preparations. A few days later, on an auspicious occasion, King Narasimha, accompanied by all royal splendor, brought Sri Lakshminarayana Muni to the palace. Amidst the sounds of musical instruments and Vedic chants, the Guru was seated on a jewelled, adored throne. While the court poets and bards sang his praise, the king, with great devotion, performed the Ratnabhisheka, ceremoniously anointing the Guru with precious jewels. He offered gold ornaments and garments with heartfelt reverence. The Guru accepted the offering and distributed them generously. The jewels and wealth were dedicated to the service of deities such as Lord Venkateshwara of Tirupati, VyasaRaja of Kanchipuram, Ranganatha of Srirangam, and Virupaksha of Hampi. Sri Lakshminarayana Muni also distributed gifts to scholars, priests, and needy. Witnessing the Guru's selflessness and generosity, everyone praised his noble qualities. That day, the Guru conducted special pujas and rituals in the palace. Thousands of people were served a grand feast. In the evening, a gathering of scholars took place, and Sri Lakshminarayana Muni delivered a profound discourse blessing everyone. Around the same time, Sri VyasaRaja Tirtharu returned from a successful northern campaign of conquest, that is Digvijaya, and arrived in Chandragiri. A jubilant King Narasimha welcomed the Rajaguru, royal Guru, with royal honors and escorted him to the palace. Sri Lakshminarayana Muni warmly welcomed his beloved disciple. Sri VyasaRaja Tirtharu, prostrated before his Guru, embraced him with affection. Their joyous reunion delighted everyone present. During that evening's gathering, the scholars and the ministers narrated to Sri VyasaRaja Tirtharu all the events that had transpired in the Kannada Nadu during his absence. They described how Brahmahatya dosha afflicting the king had been resolved, the miracles performed by Sri Lakshminarayana Muni, and recent Ratnabhisheka conducted by King Narasimha. Sri VyasaRaja Tirtharu was deeply moved to hear of his Guru's divine acts and expressed immense joy. A special court assembled was convened, and King Narasimha brought the Gurus to the Darbar, accompanied by the ministers, nobles, and scholars. Sri Lakshminarayana Muni, adored in royal attire, was seated on the throne with utmost honor. Sri VyasaRaja Tirtharu beheld this divine spectacle with awe. His eyes welled with tears of devotion. Sri Lakshminarayana Muni was adored in saffron robes and bore the sacred marks of Dwadashanama. A golden silk garment draped him, and he was resplendent with the pearl armor, gem-studded earrings, bracelets, and tulsi mani. A radiant crown studded with pearl and rubies adorned his head, and a kasturi tilaka shone on his forehead. The assembly stood in reverence, offering their salutations while chanting his glory. King Narasimha humbly seated Sri VyasaRaja Tirtharu on a golden throne arranged for him. Though the atmosphere was jubilant, a solemn silence prevailed. As Sri VyasaRaja Tirtharu approached his seat, memories of the events narrated early, the Guru resolving the Brahmahatya dosha and other miracles, flashed vividly in his mind. Overcome with emotion, he prostrated before his Guru with folded hands. In that moment, a devotional composition spontaneously emerged from his lips. extolling the greatness of Sri Lakshminarayana Muni. Hearing this composition, the assembly was moved to tears. The crowd erupted in joyous chants of victory to Sri Lakshminarayana Guru Sarvabhouma and victory to Sri VyasaRaja Yati Sarvabhouma. Sri Lakshminarayana Muni, overwhelmed with affection, embraced his disciple and seated him on a throne beside him. The assembly then commenced, with King Narasimha narrating the great deeds of the Guru and expressing his eternal gratitude. Scholars lauded the Guru's unparalleled wisdom, devotion, and compassion. Sri VyasaRaja Tirthu then delivered an eloquent speech recounting the extraordinary contributions of his Guru to the Kannada kingdom, the emperor, and its people. He highlighted the significance of Ratnabhisheka and how it elevated the kingdom's prestige. Finally, Sri Lakshminarayana Muni delivered a profound discourse on the essence of scriptures, enlightened all present. At the king's request, he bestowed generous rewards upon scholars, poets, musicians, and artisans, ensuring their welfare. The ceremony is concluded with great reverence and joy, marking the end of Ratnabhisheka festivities. Hari Om. Om Sri Krishnarpanamastu.